Hi, this is Nancy at Notions Marketing. I want to introduce you today to one of our brand new vendors. Now, this guy's name is Kyle. He is the jack of all trades at a company called Royal Talens. Now, I'm telling you Royal Talens, but I want you to know that when you're looking for this product on the Notions Marketing website, you're going to be looking for the individual brands that we're going to tell you about. So, Kyle, tell us a little bit first about Royal Talens. How did this all get started?
Sure, thank you. So, Royal Talens was founded in 1899 as a Dutch color house and has been around since then. They're now Royal, and they're in about 70 countries worldwide. They're in the lead top 3 of the art material color companies in the industry, and they service almost every market around the world, both in fine art, some craft as well. I run the North American division, so we're a newer division that's been around for 3 years, previously having been distributed through a different company. And so we've got our own team, and we are happy to be partnering with Notions and happy that you've invited us out here.
Well, and it's really exciting for us because we're in Grand Rapids, Michigan, and if you didn't know, Grand Rapids, Michigan, all of the west coast of Michigan is Dutch-built. I mean, we've got a city named Holland. My husband is Dutch. We've got more Dutch people. We love them all very much. So this is really cool that this is actually a Dutch company. All this stuff is made in, I can't remember what city.
In Apeldoorn, in the Netherlands, which is about an hour and 15 minutes northeast of Amsterdam.
Yep. And they've done some really cool things with the Rijksmuseum that we'll show you when we get around down to it. So, Kyle, I want you to start with the high end of the brands that are going to come from Royal Talens.
Sure. So our kind of legacy and keystone brands would be Rembrandt, and we are market leader in Rembrandt Pastels, which is a soft pastel, again made in the Netherlands. And this one's in a nice wood box, you can see. And these are the market leaders in soft pastels because of their quality, their price point, but also the medium density of the pastel, which allows it to be used for the bulk of most pastel paintings, which is very important. Rembrandt also is a brand that we make Rembrandt Oil Colors and as well watercolors. And this oil is known as the direct painter's paint. Because of its quality, its consistency, it's more of a buttery paint. It's going to have a lot of cadmiums and cobalts in the range of 120 colors, but the gift sets are great for plein air painters, which is a very big trending part of the market for us.
All right, now say that again, because I have never heard of this. Like, you know, you hear of paint pouring, you hear of a lot of different kinds of things people are doing with paint, but plein air?
Plein air, which is just a French word for in the outdoors.
In the outdoors.
In plein air, outside. It's something that the Impressionists did. They just took their boxes of Bouchard boxes and canvases and their new tubes of paint, because that was a new thing back then, went out into nature and started painting. So that's what a lot of, you know, Monet was famous for that. And so it's become a trend, it's a lifestyle. You know, as people have gotten into golf, it's the same kind of a lifestyle. People will buy the gear, they'll go out with friends, it's social, they'll go to beautiful places and they'll paint and plein air.
And now we know, yep, I had never heard of that.
So
that is
Rembrandt
kind of
is big for
a
plein air.
little look at the Rembrandt line. So the next would be Mr. Van Gogh.
Yes, Van Gogh. Actually, this is really exciting because it was part of a Oscar-nominated film that was developed in Poland that took 120 artists, about 2 years and 65,000 frames to create this movie. And they did it using Van Gogh oil colors. So Van Gogh would be an artist level, so just a small step down from Rembrandt, less colors. It's going to be very good quality, all very light fast, up to 100 years in museum conditions. But it's going to have a little bit less pigment, a little bit less grind time, and it's going to be value to Rembrandt. So it's going to be more of your everyday working artist or your intermediate level artist that's getting into these colors.
So from Van Gogh we go to Cobra?
Yep, Cobra is another brand that is actually similar to Rembrandt in terms of its quality level, but this is actually a product that is an oil paint that does not require any solvents. So this product is used universities, also plein air, Painters love it because you don't have to carry around solvents. You don't need to ventilate your studio. You can just thin and clean up with water.
So this is water mixable oil color. So
Right.
it's an oil paint that
It is
cleans
an oil.
up and is mixed with water.
Exactly. It's
All right, that
linseed oil
seems
based.
like an oxymoron. I didn't know that was possible.
It is possible.
There we go.
Water and oil
Okay.
mix when you use an emulsifier. That actually allows you to use water.
Now
just
you're talking
that.
like a chemist dude. Okay. All right, and so this is also, oh, we jumped over the little watercolor.
This is one of our top selling products. This is a VanGogh watercolor pocket box. We all know that watercolor is very popular. It's easy to get into. This nicely designed set, because the Dutch are good at design, features a tray that comes out. It also features an easy to pull away map, kind of like your chocolates that show what colors are under here.
And a fancy compact brush.
And a fancy compact brush.
You gotta love that.
Yeah, and that's nice. It's a good size brush. It's a number 6. And this is great value. The whole set here has an MSRP of $40.
Okay.
So it's a really good value. Comes in a pop display, so it's easy to merchandise and sell. And we blow through a lot of these. It's one
So
of our
this
top
is one of your
sellers.
top sellers.
Mhm.
Okay. All right, now we go from Rembrandt, VanGogh, Cobra to Amsterdam.
Yes, Amsterdam is our all acrylic brand. And here you can see some of our acrylic markers that are popular with decorative artists, but also with tagging for graffiti.
Okay.
Also our fluid acrylic, or acrylic ink as it can be called as well. This is good through an airbrush or through just with a paintbrush or with a mechanical pen, with a fountain pen. And this would be your highly saturated pigmented ink. So these would be used for calligraphers, but also hand letterers. Also paint pouring is very popular with this because it's a fluid paint that can easily be thinned with like a glazing medium or a pouring medium to create poured
All right,
paintings.
so from Amsterdam, we go to
Ecoline.
Ecoline, Econoline, it's depending on how you want to say it, yeah. So
The Dutch say Ecoline.
Ecolina, all right, let's go Ecolina.
Yes, so this is Ecoline, and this is a liquid watercolor. So this is going to be gum arabic, water, and dye. It's going to be highly saturated with a nice nib that you can use for drawing or just as a dispersion method. Also, there's another thing that's been very popular. We've seen about 55,000 videos with calligraphers and hand letterers using Ecoline to create ombre effects.
So you took the marker from the Ecoline that has that special ink in it and dipped it into the looks
color.
like an ink well.
Yeah, exactly. And so it starts off with one color, and then as the watercolor works out of the marker,
Yeah.
it'll work all the way out. You can see that it transitions and it creates that ombre
All right,
effect.
so now this is the one, not to try and confuse you, but this is the one that is water activated, so it can be kind of used like a watercolor, whereas this one is the permanent. Once you put it down, it's going to stay there.
Exactly. So
Okay.
this is an ink that's permanent, and this is a watercolor that can be
That was
reactive.
just show you that I was listening to
were
the
listening.
presentation today. Okay,
Bonus
so
star.
we go from Amsterdam to the Talens Art Creation.
Right. Talens Art Creation is one of my favorite brands because it is for the novice, but it's not designed to be a cheap throwaway product. So we say that we should let the big box mass marketers have the cheap product that gets thrown away. If you're doing crafts or arts and that's a serious store that you have, you should have a product that has some quality that brings people back. So this is produced in the Netherlands. It has a nice high quality package that can be used to keep the product later on as well. And there's no shame in the quality of the product. It's produced on the same machines with the same pigments as we do with Rembrandt. So it's very high quality and it's a very good value. This set right here is an MSRP of $9.95.
All right,
So,
I like that.
Yep.
And then we're going to go down to the Bruynzeel, which
Yes.
is the pencils. These are all
Yes.
color pencils. And these are just really so pretty. I mean, I love color pencils. I love things that come in a set because the whole family is staying together. These ones here on the end have the Rijksmuseum on them because they're actually sold in the gift shop.
That's right.
At the Rijksmuseum, because I just saw that for myself a few months ago, which was so cool. And these are all pictures that are actually in the Rijksmuseum.
That's right.
So these pencil sets are going to be very pretty. Lots and lots of different colors, different size sets going on. So a lot of different choices for a lot of different people. But this is the set I really want to draw your eye to.
Sure.
This one with the really cool VW bug there.
This is our top selling set in the whole range, and it's because of the value. It's got 2 layers with some metallic pencils in here, but also an eraser and a sharpener. So it's a very high value set. We sell these by the pallet.
So Kyle, it was really nice to meet you.
My pleasure.
We've learned
Nice to
all
meet
about art in the Netherlands. This is going to be really, really hot. Contact your sales rep with any questions. Trust me, you'll be hearing a lot more about this soon.
Thank you.